In this video, we'll look at working with systems of equations. Our question is two parts and starts with, for the system of equations, T is time in weeks and W is the number of produced widgets. And we're given two equations in T and W. Then the first part of our question is, after 5 weeks, you've produced how many widgets in each equation? And the second part is, if you've produced 30 widgets, how much time has elapsed in each equation? For part 1, after 5 weeks, how many widgets have you produced? One approach is to solve each equation for W, writing W as a function of T. So let's start with equation 1. We have negative 40T plus 10W equals 20. We solve for 10W and get 20 plus 40T. Then we divide everything by 10 and we get W equals 2 plus 4T. So we can think of our function as W of T equals 4T plus 2. This is useful when we want to graph this. When we evaluate W at 5, we get 22. For our second equation, we have negative 45T plus 15W equals 75. Again, we solve for W and we get W of T equals 3T plus 5 in this case. When we evaluate at 5, we get 20. So for part 1, we can conclude that in the first equation, after 5 weeks, 22 widgets are produced, and in the second equation, after 5 weeks, 20 widgets are produced. Then for part 2, if you've produced 30 widgets, how much time has elapsed in each equation? One approach is to simply replace W with 30 and then solve for T. So let's start with equation 1. We have minus 40T plus 10W equals 20. When we replace W with 30 and solve, we get T equals 7. When we do this with equation 2, we have minus 45T plus 15W equals 75. When we replace W with 30 and solve, we get T equals 8 1/3. So for equation 1, it takes 7 weeks to produce 30 widgets, and for equation 2, it takes about 8.3 weeks to produce 30 widgets. Let's check our work. Let's check that our function rewrite actually resulted in our original equations. Our first function is W of T equals 4T plus 2. If we multiply everything by 10, we get 10W minus 40T equals 20, so that checks. Our second equation, we had W equals 3T plus 5. If we subtract the 3T to the other side and multiply everything by 15, we get 15W minus 45T equals 75, which again checks and matches our original equations. Next, we'll plot the two graphs using those two functions and check our points. So you can see that when 5 goes in, then for the 3T plus 5, the second equation, that's this dashed line here, we have the point 520. And for the first equation, the solid line, we get 522, so that checked. And similarly, you can see when we put 7 in on the first equation, we get 30 out. And in the second equation, when we put in 8.3, we get 30 again. So our points all check. Our answer is, for equation 1, after 5 weeks, 22 widgets are produced. For equation 2, after 5 weeks, 20 widgets are produced. And then the second part, for equation 1, it takes 7 weeks to produce 30 widgets. And for equation 2, it takes about 8.3 weeks to produce 30 widgets.